Okay, hello, welcome back to another game of chess. We're playing e4 as per usual. The elo is looking very healthy at 21.35, and it will be looking much healthier after this free win because our opponent has just played the CARO KANN. What a horrible opening. Bishop to f5, knight c3, the Van der Wiel attack. They will play e6, of course, and we can play the Shirov variation with g4 here. If you can play g4 on move 5, just do it. Let's not lie, you want to play g4 on move 5. Look at this move. We attack the bishop immediately, making fun of it for, being on the same colour as basically all its pawns, and then go for the bishop again. h4, how about that? What are you now going to do? We're going to play h5? Okay, you're going to play h6, obviously that is the most obvious move to slot the bishop back into h7. So I think, there's some lines where I play f4, you know. I mean, this is what I just love playing against this line in the CARO KANN because I'm allowed to do this. Normally when I want to do this, I always want to do this, but normally if I do that on moves 5 and 7, I will lose the game, but in this case, it leads to me often winning. Now, I do have knight to f4. Maybe the bishop goes back, maybe the bishop doesn't even go back, we just see c5, and if I take, then knight takes as a move, and then there's a lot of pressure on h4, and it doesn't look so obvious. So we're going to play f4. We're going to push literally all the pawns on the king side, and probably then go bishop e3, queen d2, and a queenside castles effectively as quick as possible. Opponent is not playing c5 yet. Probably they're preparing to, though. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, if c5 we can go here, and we're threatening checkmate on d6. Okay, anyway, the point of going for f4 is, I think, to play f5 at some point. Now, it's not immediately obvious to me if we should do this right now. f5, pawn takes. There's some messed up line where I play e6 in the future. Like f5 and e6. f5 pawn takes. What about h5 there? Then you have to go back to h7. Then I go e6. You have to take like this. And that just looks terrible for me. Okay, let's try and chill out slightly. I really want to play knight to g3. Just to support the push of f5. And honestly, who's telling me I can't? Let's do it. Knight to g3. I do need to probably move the bishops at some point, but I'm really, really looking forward to breaking in on the center. And here we are going to go knight b5. Because you will now have to, I think, play knight c6. Otherwise, this is going to be checkmate, which is just so beautiful. Or you drop back, which is an interesting idea. That's really interesting, actually. Why would you do that? Whoa, there's one less piece now defending this f5 square. I mean, f5 looks beautiful here. Takes. Pawn takes. Bishop has to drop back, and we have pawns. Oh my. Wait a second. If I go here and you take, I can go check. And if you play this, I take. So you have to move the king. And then we can do some probable shenanigans. Oh yeah, guys, we're going for e6. It's got to be e6. We attack the knight. We attack this pawn. I mean, yeah, okay. When you can play an opening like this, and then we can go check. Look at this. If you play g6, I take here. And then if you don't lose your bishop, you play bishop g8. But then I play g7. Discovered check. You play bishop f7. I sacrifice my queen for the bishop and make a new queen by taking a rook. What on earth is going on? So they have to move the king. Right, this has to be an opening success. This has to be considered an opening success. Now, I can take here. And honestly, if king takes, there's just no way they're surviving. I mean, we go check here. We should probably take. But then where does this knight go? For instance, we take here, they go knight here. In fact, they're whoa, no, they don't, because I go check. And that is mate. Oh, guys. They have to move this knight now. Don't play the CARO KANN. Do not play the CARO KANN. Look at that. Let's analyze that game. Okay, so here we are in the analysis. This graph is looking relatively good. I mean, we obviously played a bit of a hyper-aggressive opening, but we got the checkmate in 16 moves by playing like that. So, you know what, no one's going to tell me this was bad. No mistakes, no blunders, plenty of inaccuracies, which is exactly how we like it. The inaccuracy mark is basically a sign of respect. If all moves you play are good moves, you're just a terrible, terrible, boring player. You see this h4 inaccuracy is exactly what I want to see. Okay, let's go through the game. So we're going to turn on the Masters database quickly. E4, C6, D4, D5, E5. Obviously, we're on the advanced variation of the CARO KANN, called advanced because we play E5, advancing the pawn. Bishop F5, by far the most common move. And then, here, the move played 12% of the time, knight to C3. Now, this is known as the Van der Wiel attack. I believe, I'm going to guess Dutch, or maybe... I'm going to stick with Dutch. I think Dutch. This is not... You look that up if you actually want to know. The main point is that after E6, we play G4. The move played 96% of times if I just scroll up here, so you can see over my face cam. G4 played 96% of times in the Masters database. So overwhelmingly in this position, you are seeing the move G4. Many very strong Masters have played this. Fabiano Caruana, Garry Kasparov, Alexei Shirov. And Alexei Shirov, you'll see, has got a bunch of games in this. Vishy Anando, GOAT, one of my personal favorites. But Alexei Shirov, all over this, so I refer to it as the Shirov variation. Now, after G4, Bishop G6, Knight G2 is the main move, and here we see the Knight move to E7. Now, they want me to play Knight F4 here. My main problem with that is that the Knight's already defending the Bishop, so I'm not threatening to do any pawn structural damage. So I prefer just launching the H-pawn, and yes, you can play H6 or play H5. Obviously H5, then I'd have played this, because if they go back, then we're going to take here and have a very interesting knight on the edge of the board. But they push. We play F4, which was that the best move? Okay, we're going to close the Masters database now. Yeah, F4. Best move. Okay, this? Yeah, I mean, would you rather have played Knight F4 and then traded off that knight and then just played, you know, a slightly better game with the bishop pair? Or play H4, G4, F4 and just throw them all at this bishop, because then after they go here, we move the knight across. Again, a bit inaccurate. I probably should have gone bishop E3, but again, I said, probably the best idea is bishop E3, queen D2 and castles queenside. I thought knight G3, because you push, we go here, and this is a bad move because of F5. And even if they'd gone knight to C6, I was saying this was probably their best move. By the way, let's just highlight again that they make a stupid move. That is checkmate with the knight, so they obviously had to address this. But they played the second best move. So they go knight C6, I still could have gone F5. I think the problem is that this is going to hang in the end, or something vaguely to that effect. But they go backwards with the knight, allowing us to play F5. Taking is a mistake. They should have gone back with the bishop, because they opened me up to play E6 eventually. Takes here, and it wanted queen H5 before E6. Because if queen H5 and, like, say they play G6, well, then queen E2 is the move to carry on the attack. Yeah, you see, I don't like this. Because yes, I mean, yes, it's a great position. Yes, I'm still doing really well. And they can't push this pawn because I'm going to take. But I kind of like just after F5, you know, we've won F5, takes, they move the bishop back, and we go E6. And the problem here is that they can go knight F6, preventing this queen H5 check. This was what I thought was going to happen, knight F6, and then, honestly, I was going to take here, but would that have been a bad move? Apparently not so great. Okay, so this position would have been a mess. We go here threatening mate in 1. They go bishop D6. We go check. They go back. And then we take the bishop. Okay, I mean, it's a mess. Their king's clearly very weak, and I would rely on the fact that it's going to be quite hard to hold on for them, hopefully. I mean, maybe we somehow get a knight into G6, and this bishop's a bit dead for now. Who knows? Obviously, this was not the most pristinely computer-accurate game, but they made the mistake of taking. And then we go queen H5. The king moves, because if they go G6 here, then we take. And now we are threatening a discovered check. If they go knight to F6, we can push, give up our queen, and take their rook and make a new queen. Similar to a line that I was talking about. If they wanted to save their bishop, then we push, they block with their bishop, we sack our queen, and then make a new queen. But obviously the point is, we are threatening all manner of discovered checks if you let me get my pawn there. So instead, they go king here. We take, which is perfect, and they cannot go here because queen f7 is mate. And that is a 16 move, brutal attack on the light squares by pushing those pawns forward. Let's go. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed. There's one thing that I do want to kind of plug right now, and that is the fact that channel memberships have just gone live. So if you're not interested, feel free to click off the video. Thanks very much for watching. I appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe, and goodbye. However, if you are, stick around for a second. I'm going to be making a video probably more specifically talking about this. However, I'd really appreciate any of you if you could go onto the main channel page, or in the description, I'll put a link in the description, and click the join button just to check out the channel membership feature. There are 2 tiers, which are, it's £2 a month or £5 a month. The £2 a month gives you some, pretty cool custom emojis. There's one on my forehead, you can check it out. I know a lot of you in the live like to talk about my hairline, which, I thought I'd just lean into that. You get some pretty cool emojis, you get these loyalty badges. You also get to play in the members only tournaments that we are going to be hosting, that I'll be commentating over live. So that could be pretty exciting. Also, you get the right to vote. This is not a democracy. You have to pay £2 a month for your right to vote. And by that, I mean, I'm going to be putting out members only polls on kind of what content to make next, and, the videos and maybe emojis and maybe courses that I'm going to come out with, and opening instructive videos. So yeah, I mean, you get to vote on that. First of all, if you decide to become a member for the £2, the basic member tier, I really appreciate you. Thanks very much. It means a lot that you're supporting me. Also, hopefully you enjoy the perks that come with that. However, there is a £5 a month tier which will give you access to a bonus video every week it's going to be a kind of specific lesson on a very particular aspect of the game of chess. For instance, we might spend a session looking at the bishop pair in open and attacking middle games, and we might look at those to really try and hone in specifically on certain aspects of the game, so that you can all start picking up more and more skills, and then maybe come on the live stream, play me, and actually give me a decent challenge. That would be nice for once. So yeah, if you want to join that is going to be, I think it's $4.99 a month, pounds. I think if you're in America you pay dollars, so it's less. I'm not exactly sure how the YouTube system works. It makes no sense to me. But that will be an extra 4 videos a week on very specific aspects of chess that are hopefully going to be entertaining, but also help you get much better at the game. But that's about all I have to say on that. Thanks very much for listening if you stuck around till the end, especially if you go and check out the members feature and join. Forgive me if you have decided you do not want to be a member. I will kind of be plugging this a little bit over the next few videos, so you can always just ignore me, skip through it, and enjoy the rest of the content. The most important thing is there's going to be nothing taken away from what I'm normally doing. I'm still going to be trying to put out probably 3 to 4 videos a week of the public standard videos, but then also this bonus video I'm going to put a bit of time into for the students, the WTC students. No prizes for guessing what that stands for. Thanks very much for watching. Appreciate you all. Goodbye.